Hello everybody, it is me Casey, and today we are doing part 10 of Yandere Vox X Listener. You hear purring in the background. Y'all already know it. I got a new little baby kitten. She is a purr box. Not my art like usual. This is from the show, I believe. Also, for everybody that's like, for the person who was so like pushy, well, not pushy. I don't know how to say it, but excited that I did Hatani, Ran, and Ringo. Don't worry. I heard your request of me doing a story based off of them, and I did have to go look up if there was any stories on them, which there are a couple, but there isn't a lot. So I will be doing a Hatani, Ran, and Ringo story, and if you guys if you guys want me to, I can also do Mikey and Draken. For Tokyo Revengers, I'm thinking of pairings because I believe I can get a lot more stories out if there's pairs of it. So yeah. Anyways, let's get into this. 3, 2, 1. You were sitting on the bed. There was a chain on your leg. And then there was a couple of new things on you. One of them being a waistband that wrapped around your whole lower half. And then it connected directly to the bed, kind of like a leash. There was a new bracelet on you, new jewelry. But you can clearly tell that something's off with it. The jewelry had a red light in it. It looked like a camera. Instead of it being a camera, it was a tracking device. That way Vox can track you down wherever you are. There were hairpins in your head. This made it for if you were too disobedient. Vox had a bit more control over you and could shut you up easily now. And then there was the room. The room had cameras scattered everywhere. Cameras in every single area. From the bed to the bathroom. There was cameras. There was one up high, one down low, one by the door, one on the door, one on the bed, one on the nightstand. There was cameras everywhere. When I mean everywhere, I mean everywhere. Under the bed, on top of the bed, on the chandelier, on the carpet, everywhere. Hey! No scratching. Anyways, you were pretty done with this. You were basically being monitored at all times. Not being able to leave either. Not after the little stunt that you pulled. Now, you couldn't even leave the room. You can't make food for Vox anymore. He specifically told you that your job for making food, privilege of making him food, has been taken away from you because of your stunt that you pulled. Now, you're going to be his little stay-home wife that stays in her room and looks pretty. Sort of like a doll. You had thought to pull a book from out of the shelf. So, you went up to the shelf and picked a book. choosing a classic book that you loved. Sitting back down onto the bed, you accidentally hit your arm against the bed frame, which that shit hurt like hell and back. You looked at your arm. It still had some bruises on it. So you dusted it off, made it look somewhat better. Checking if the cut and bruises opened. Nope. You were good. You opened your book to where you left off and continued reading. The book was about a girl who got kidnapped by her ex. Wasn't this a bit familiar? Like, that is happening to you. You continued reading it. The ex apparently brought home goodies after doing something horrible to the girl. Wasn't this sounding like something Vox would do? As you continued reading, you started to find out more about the ex's friends, saying eventually one of them will get tired of you taking the spotlight. Well, the main character taking the spotlight. This book was about to become your reality. So, I guess it's kind of good for you to have an idea of what's going to happen. You continued reading. It told you about how one of the ex's friends was getting tired of you taking the spotlight from them. So, they're going to end up releasing you. And once they release you, they were going to send you somewhere far away. Far, far away, to the point where the ex won't be able to find you. Next thing you know, Vox came into the room. He looked at the book in your hands before looking at you. Hey, Lammy. That was a new nickname. How are you doing? You were still reading the book. Lammy. Ian. Love. Darling. Wife of mine. That was the final straw. You closed the book. Yes. How are you doing today? Great. That's great to hear. Can I see that book real quick? You give him the book. Next thing you know, the book was charred by electricity. You looked at it before saying, Fox! You paid more attention to that book than me. And I won't let that slide. Okay? Okay. I would like you to know that we just bought your coffee shop. What? Yes. See, your coffee shop was running perfectly fine, yes, but it had no TVs in it, no cameras, nothing to protect your coffee shop. So, I bought the coffee shop and decided to, do you a favor. That is my coffee shop. My workplace. Honey, you're not working anymore. Why would you ever work? 'Cause I don't want to be a leech. Who said that you were a leech? You're more like a prize that I won fair and square. He says so confidently. You were getting tired of this. He takes everything away from you, every little thing. Next thing you know, you hear cursing. And then you hear, was that Spanish? As Valentino runs into the room, screaming about how Angel wouldn't shut the fuck up. How he messed up the whole show. Then Vox looked at Val before saying, Val. As Val shut up for 5 seconds before continuing. Well, I'm sorry, stupid TV. I was just trying to take my anger out. 'Cause Angel wouldn't shut the fuck up. Like, come on. He says, as he looks at you. Oh, Vox. You are not doing this weird kinky shit with her, are you? Why is she tied up like that? Why does she have all that in her hair? Vox looks at Valentino before saying, what's wrong? Why is she tied to the freaking bed like that? And honey, I think that's way too loose, 'cause she could just straight get up. She isn't really pinned down to the bed. I can help, he says as he takes his tongue and wraps it around his finger. That's perfectly fine if you want my help with this. Vox looks at Valentino before saying, no. Oh my god, ever since she got here, you've changed so much. You barely have any fun with me, and I have to come to you, he says. 'Cause she's my wife, and I'm not some fucking whore like you. That hurt. That hurt, Vox. That really, really hurt. Well, I'm not wrong. I mean, Valentino, don't even try. You are a man whore. Fuck you, Vox. Fuck you. Hey, sweetie, I'm so sorry. I don't want to have to bother you, but I will need to tell you this now. That bitch right there, Valentino points to Vox, is a horrible husband. I don't even know how you managed to deal with him. You mutter something under your breath. Vox snaps his head towards you. What did you say? Valentino looks at you before saying, what, she's probably speaking the gospel truth at this point, Vox. Valentino, shut the fuck up. So feisty. Aww, you really want to protect your little sheepy. Why has everybody been giving you all these new nicknames? As you hear Velvet's voice. Valentino, I told you to not fucking rip up my shit, she says as she runs into the room, holding up one of her dresses. What the fuck happened to it? I lended it to you for 1 day, and why did it come back ripped to pieces? There was a dog scene, so there was a bunch of dogs and fuck you. As they were pushed out of the room, Vox looked at you. What the fuck did you say? And I'm gonna leave it off here. In the next part, you will have to explain to Vox on what you said. Bye-bye.